Biden's cancer broke people's brains. Wait, hold up. Isn't she the one that is friends with Hassan? And they were like allegedly jokingly, haha, putting a hit out on Asmongold. Isn't that this person?
Listen, I'll up the number. 30K to anyone who'll make this dipshit disappear and make Eve's breasts bigger.
Just from looking at the thumbnail, guys, I'm gonna venture a guess, okay? Let's see if I'm right. Here's my prediction. She's gonna say incredibly vile, evil things about like what happened with Biden. That's my guess. Is she's gonna do the thing that they normally do and just be fully unhinged and just evil. Let's see if I'm right.
A lot of the people that are making like negative comments about Joe Biden having cancer, you just look like an asshole. It's an 83-year-old man that clearly has cognitive decline, halfway in the grave already. You're like grave dancing. Like, what are you doing?
Making fun of.
Yeah, this is kind of like what I said yesterday. Is it's not good for you to do that, basically, right? Like, you can disagree with like Biden's politics and stuff, but I mean, literally being happy that he's dying is terrible. It's not good for you.
Cancer is disgusting. Also, nobody's making fun of cancer. We're all on cancer's side here. Against Biden, no one's making fun of the cancer here. We're making fun of Genocide Joe. Realign
It's that easy. It's just that easy to be right.
your priorities, man.
The MSM is already laundering the reputation of a war criminal who oversaw the genocide of Palestinians, whose selfish nature allowed Trump to win a second term.
I fucking knew it. I knew it.
Joe Biden is an awful monster. Prostate
So fucking
cancer
predictable.
doesn't change that. I mean, for people that are so focused on optics, somehow end up always looking like assholes. These are on the tolerant left. Yeah.
It's because they're not actually nice people. They just want to look like nice people. And when all you care about is looking like a nice person, you're not actually a nice person on the inside, it's going to fucking leak out of you.
It's like, the thing is, he's going to be dead, so it doesn't matter what he did, right? I mean, that's it. That's it. It doesn't matter. It's over. Literally, it's fucking over. It's like, really, did Trump comment on it? He did. I'll read what Trump said. Melania and I are saddened to hear about Joe Biden's recent medical diagnosis. We extend our warmest and best wishes to Jill and the family, and we wish Joe a fast and...
The insane person, by the way. Donald Trump, the fascist, Nazi, insane, like evil, mean person, by the way. According to them.
Diagnosis, we extend our warmest and best wishes to Jill and the family, and we wish Joe a fast and successful recovery. Let's see here. He ain't recovering. I don't know if he is or not. I'll watch this short video about this.
Very unlikely that someone could get annual checkups and not notice a PSA elevation over the past,
Wait, is that how he does it? Is that how you do it, Julio? Is that the thing you're telling me they get?
This is what I typically would see in a VA hospital, where a patient hasn't had medical attention in 10 years, presents to an emergency room with bone pain, and then they find that it's metastatic prostate cancer. But in the modern age of medicine, especially the fact that he was a former president,
exactly,
he had intensive, state-of-the-art care where we can see prostate cancer, 10 years in the past. So this is, it's very unusual to hear that someone has prostate cancer where they're annually being followed.
Yeah, what's the, hold on, wait, what's the survival rate of that one? 100%. No, not right now. If they found it before, it's 100%. So how did they not find it? You're telling me that Joe Biden, who was the president for 4 years, and like it says here that it's like 5 years, basically. It takes like 5 years for it to kill you. The dude was president for 4 years. They never caught this and they never tried to cure it. The guy with the best medical care in the nation. How is that fucking possible? There is like one explanation, by the way. There's like one explanation that's like a good one. One explanation is that he didn't want it. That's like the only explanation, is like, they're like, oh, we're gonna, do the test for this, and like, we're gonna make sure you're okay. And he's like, nah, I'm good. Like, don't do it. I don't want it. That's the only thing I can think of. That's the only explanation for them not catching it. Only if it was too risky for his age. What is it? Okay, I don't know. What do they, hold on, wait. How do they screen for prostate cancer? Oh, they stick a finger up your asshole. I see. And then there's a blood test, apparently. Okay. So no, then that wouldn't apply then. The idea that it was too dangerous because he's old doesn't apply, right? Like, let's think about this logically. None of these tests are invasive enough to cause any distress, like problem for like a person that's old. I guess maybe he didn't want a finger up his ass. That's a possibility. it seems like these aren't really like invasive. Like these aren't like kind of life-threatening tests. Like they're not really going to cause like a burden to his health, right? Chemo takes it. No, I'm talking about them detecting it. What you're saying is that they knew about it and they just didn't tell me. And then like Biden himself knew and they didn't tell him. Because, okay, if you're Biden, they're like, yo, you have cancer, sir, we've detected it. And he's like, no, I'm good. I don't want even the chance at chemo. Rajal says that chemo isn't even the treatment for early stage prostate cancer. So like what happened here? Like, how did this not go detected? You know, like of course, like this is a completely different issue if it's like a person, like not the president, right? Like just like a random person, right? Like, okay, sure, it went undetected, right? Biden slipped that he had cancer in 2022.
That's why I and so damn many other people I grew up have cancer.
Yeah, but that's just so crazy to me that like if they and then they tried to run him again. They tried to run him again in 2024. Like what the fuck? These people are psycho. Like what the fuck's going on?
And the fact
the odds are it's probably a lot more than annual if you're the president and you're over 80 years old, right? I mean,
course.
What, do you really think they're only doing it once a year? Like, come on.
We just find it at a Gleason 9 is just pretty much unheard of in this day and age of medicine. Yeah. Even in the, even in the inner city populations, we wouldn't see it.
So you're saying even in a medically neglected population, it would be surprising to have a surprise diagnosis with a Gleason score of 9. So you're saying that certainly as he was serving in the Oval Office, you believe that he knew that he had prostate cancer, and even potentially as he was running in 2020 before he assumed office?
Well, most likely he had prostate cancer for a long time, and aggressive prostate cancer such as this at age 80 grows over a long period of time. I mean, usually...
Yeah, there's a lot of people like, this is what my dad told me at least, is that there's guys that get prostate cancer and the doctor's like, you're going to die from something else anyway. Don't worry about it.
Takes from the first diagnosis of prostate cancer to spread would take 5 to 10 years.
Yeah, 5
even
to 10
in the
years?
most aggressive form.
Yeah.
It's just, to me, it seems very...
How is this possible?
Very surprising that the first diagnosis would be a metastatic diagnosis, especially Gleason 9 cancer.
I'm trying to think of like okay, hold on. Why would they do this to him? Is it because he had the best chance of winning 2020? Is that why? Like they knew that they believed that he statistically he was the only one that could win 2020, so they forced him to do this despite that. Like that's the only thing I can think of. Like what?
Without having his PS.
Assuming that they knew about it, because again, the only other thing that makes sense is that Joe Biden didn't want to get tested. I can see that being the case. Him saying like, I don't want any testing. Like I don't want you sticking your fingers up my ass. Maybe, okay, guys, maybe he was so homophobic he didn't want a fucking finger up his ass. Maybe that's the explanation.
Say history. I mean, I would like him to get to release the PSA history right now to see.
His doctor like put the gloved hand on and was like, we gotta test you, Mr. President. He's like, come on, man. I ain't gay.
What it was. I mean, I'm talking from an area of kind of not as much information as I would like to have.
And it is not. It is not standard. We were looking for a PSA score to be released as part of these public.
Who the fuck cares about this? They covered up dementia, which is 10 times worse. Well, I don't know. I mean, like, I guess. I mean, they're both bad. I mean, I think really the reason why people care is that it is more evidence that points in the same direction, that it is very obvious that there was problems with this guy.
100%,
and the entire media apparatus, as well as the government, actively tried to pretend like there wasn't.
Another conspiracy theory proven true today. How many, guys, by the end of this current presidency, how many conspiracy theories are going to be true? Because they just keep happening. It just keeps happening.
I think that's really where the conversation is. That's what's really going on here. So this is like, it's not that this is the whole graph, but this is just another point on the graph.
Yes.
And the line is still going in the exact same direction.
Potential health reports. We didn't get Trump's most recently either.
All of them except for Flat Earth Dam. That's the one I was kind of hoping was real. Flat Earth, because it's kind of cool. It was like the big ice wall around like the whole world, and then it's just like the Game of Thrones like wall, like all around the world, preventing everyone from falling off. Yeah.
I want to ask very quickly, so
a
much
cool
has
one.
been made of his apparent cognitive decline. Is there a possibility that either the cancer itself or in treatments he was undergoing in secret could affect cognitive function of a person?
I'm sure it could have.
Yeah, absolutely. Because
Yeah,
what
duh.
happens is when prostate cancer becomes, like say you get treated for prostate cancer, and then
What actual evidence is there that the conspiracy is true? It's like y'all never heard of confirmation bias. It's by evidence, basically, right? So it's one of the other. It's like how we're kind of breaking down like the actual scenario. Okay, so here's the things that like you have to consider. All right, like I'll go through the logic for you, right? If you don't understand. So the first part is that we have to assume that the president is probably one of the most protected people in the world, if you know, in the United States, but like let alone like the world, right? Where they are constantly screening for his health and making sure that he's healthy so that he can perform his job as like the president of the United States, right? Again, like we looked up like this specific cancer, and basically your chance of surviving this cancer is like 100%, like if you catch it, right? So the question is, right, how did they not catch it? So there is like an out here, which is what we were talking about earlier, and that out being that the Joe Biden himself didn't want to be tested, right? That is like one of the outs, right? Again, like kind of weird, like a kind of weird out, right? Like I mean, it's possible, definitely, but if that's not true, and like, you know, we'll probably find out more about this later, right? Why didn't they tell him that he had this? Because it's, again, like a very easy to detect cancer with a high rate of survival. So how is he terminal right now? Like, how did he even get close to being metastatic, right? So that's the question. It's like, how is that even possible? So a lot of the conspiracy, like around this whole thing, is that what they were saying is that they knew that Biden was sick and cognitively declined, but then they were secretly trying to push him like to still be the president. And this kind of like leads credibility towards that, because like how the fuck did they not know this? Right. Isn't what they let him run in like 2024. So you have to like consider like, why is all of this happening? And like what makes the most sense for it happening? Right. Does that make sense? It's not like just saying that the conspiracy is real, like out of nowhere. It's the evidence being presented, right? You see what I mean? This specific disease is almost like a little bit of a timer, because you can kind of tell like when it came into effect based on like where he's at now.
prostate cancer recurs, what you would do is you would start someone on a kind of a testosterone blocking hormone such as Lupron, and because Lupron acts to lower your testosterone, it gives you kind of like symptoms of depression, lower energy, fatigue. So there's a lot.
That's interesting. Very interesting.
Of things that go with being on Lupron treatment. So Lupron is a class of medicine that just castrates.
Actually, there is one more possibility, guys. The other possibility is he found out the instant he became president, right?
You know, chemically castrates.
Okay, hold up, guys. I just have a theory. I have a theory. He became president. He knew that he had it, but he didn't want Kamala to become president. He was like, yeah, fuck Kamala, dude. Fuck that shit. And he just fucking blocked her out.
One question, Mr. President. We just got information that Donald Trump won by one vote. Mr. President, can you tell us who you voted for?
Yeah, it actually kind of, that does kind of make sense. He knew going in that, like, you know, day one, or not day one, but like a couple weeks after becoming president, they're like, sir, we found out you've had cancer the whole time, by the way. And it's, you know, if we found this early, because if you think about the timeline, right, it says here that like it's about like 5 to 10 years, right? So if you consider like, you know, he was president in 2020, he comes in to office. If he had it like for like maybe 3 years before that, so like again, like I'm trying to figure out the timeline here. If he had it 3 years before, and then he became president, and then they detected it, now that he's under the best healthcare, he gets detected, and they're like, sir, you have this cancer, right? And they're like saying like, oh, maybe he should resign or something, because like, you know, he's sick, and he's like, he needs to be taken care of rather than work as president. But Joe Biden himself, maybe Joe Biden himself, or the people that are kind of in his orbit that kind of control things, like kind of are influence him. They said, fuck that Kamala. Like, we don't want her to be president at all. And Joe's like, you know what? I fucking agree. I'm gonna put up with it for like this amount of time just to cock block her. Like, can you imagine? Like, that's actually possible, right? That is a possibility.
Someone so that the prostate cancer doesn't spread. And so Lupron was likely used in Joe
Biden.
Biden.
So to be very clear, you believe he was silently, secretly battling this for at least 5 years?
Well, I think that's yet to be seen. I mean, it would be very surprising, like I said earlier, for him to...
I don't know. Would the group of people that hid other medical realities also hide a medical reality?
That's true. That is another thing, is that they have done this before, like hiding medical stuff from the people.
Jeez, dude, I wonder. Oh man,
It's
who
fair.
knows?
have prostate cancer at least in 9 spread
What
to
could it
bone
be?
without without being neglected medically. So the fact that he was seen medically every year, it's just very surprising. I mean, his PSA must be over 50 at this point, if not a lot more, just because of bone mets, is a sign that it's very aggressive and spreading to other parts of
somebody says there's no way therapy for prostate cancer induces dementia. It's not possible. Nobody said that. You're missing the point completely.
body. So I think
What he's saying is that the dementia and the prostate cancer are while they happen simultaneously, they're not linked. They're not linked to like the same event, basically. A person can have two maladies simultaneously without any sort of cause, without a cause that links the two.
I think there's definitely evidence that he probably knew about this for a while.
Yeah, let's see if there's any more information about this.
It can, says Fatsfield. It can. Oh, okay. All right.
And cancer, this is he posts about as well. Cancer touches us all, so as many of you learn the strongest in broken places. Thank you for lifting us up and love and support. I hope now they can leave this man alone. Just let him fucking retire. Stop trying to drag him out to say that Donald Trump is bad. Like, just give him a fucking break, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, holy shit. And let him die. But yes, let him retire. He's got a very small amount of time left, probably. Like, just let the guy fucking rest. Holy shit. The cat's big mad. The cat is mad, bro. Look at the cat. God damn. The cat knows, bro. He mad as fuck. And, yeah, everybody else is posting cynical thing.
Look what you did to my owner.
Truly, Biden is stage 4 cancer. Is in hell. They just caught it now. Yeah, they knew. They didn't want to say it. The same as they knew that his brain was fried. And it's Puppet. Yeah, it's really fucking sad, man.
That's
it's
really
awful.
sad, actually.
And it's also really funny for me to see.
It is incredibly sad, actually, that whole thing. Yeah, that's terrible.
That, a lot of people, like all of the, even people that disagree with them, etc., are generally pretty positive about it. Oh, is this?
Does the president have the stamina, physically and mentally, do you think, to continue on even after 2024?
Don, you're asking me this question. Oh my gosh, he's the president of the United States. I can't even keep up with him.
The most difficult part about a meeting.
Now, do you know where, as far as I know, both of these people are right now? Yep.
United States. I can't even keep up with him.
The most difficult part
Look at
about
CNN,
a meeting
not
with
anymore.
President Biden is preparing for it, because he is sharp, intensely probing, and detail-oriented and focused.
I can testify because I've been working very closely with this president for the past 2 years. I've been knowing him for 30 years. And I'm telling you, this guy's tough. He's smart. He's on his game.
Joe Biden has a vision. He has knowledge. He has a strategic thinker.
The president is focused. He's detail-oriented. He's always thinking about the big picture.
He is engaging. He is capable. He has an incredible record as president.
And I'm often with him on foreign trips. He's at the top of his game.
So he has a vision. He has knowledge. He has judgment. He has a strategic thinking.
Isn't it crazy that, like, one of the main Democrats is this crazy fucking, like, 85-year-old woman that apparently gets drunk on plane rides and has more plastic surgery than Madonna and dyes her hair so she looks like a 30-year-old lizard? Like, it is really kind of fucking funny. bro, and she's still like, I mean, you've and again, it's like, you know, if you ever try to, like, you know, hit a roach or something, or cut a roach in half, and then the roach is still going after the roach is cut in half, like, you got to admire the will to survive. Like,
wait, what? You just do that, Asmongold? Wait, what?
I admire this,
Who
bro.
does
Like,
that?
she does not give up, bro. She's fucking multimillionaire. Yeah, they even had.
Yeah, what the fuck?
She is so fucking.
He said that like so casually, like, you know, when you do that, like, I don't know what you mean, Asmongold.
Are like in the game that they actually are making an act against her about like I think it's like insider trading or something like that. Is she really 85? Yep, 85 years old.
I met with the president.
Yep.
I don't know, 5 or
She's
6
older than Bernie Sanders. Keep that in mind.
weeks ago, and he seemed fine to me.
I have complete confidence in the president. I have watched him expertly guide meetings of staff and cabinet members. I could not have more confidence in the president.
I would just tell you that I meet frequently with the president. And
This guy's the worst, by the way. Like this guy on screen right now.
every single time I meet with him, he is just fine.
But he is, again...
What if the truth is that actually all of them are telling the truth, and they all think Joe Biden is smart, and it's because they're all also retarded? Because they could all be
Very likely, actually. Very likely.
retarded. So it's like, you know, in the land of the blind, the one-eyed man is king. So what? Yeah, I mean, like, that could also be the case too.
knowledgeable, wise.
Incredibly sharp, incredibly probing, incredible command of the details.
He is sharp. He is on top of things.
There is nothing to these challenges, these suggestions that somehow he's not sharp and he's not capable.
We see Joe Biden up close. We know how...
That is a good point. Like, do they know... Like, were they lying on purpose? Or did they also think that... Or did they think that they were telling the truth?
Tuned to the issue.
And you're going to see how smart he is and the experience he has.
I say his age is an asset.
Aha!
He's wise. Yes, he's wise. He has wisdom. He has experience.
Hold up. Apparently he did do a lot of
and
things.
his experience, because of his age and his wisdom, has been invaluable
It's
to
actually true. I heard he actually got PTSD from seeing the assassination of Trump. It reminded him of, you know, when it happened to Abraham Lincoln, and also whenever he was there and it happened previously to Caesar.
Oh my God.
This country.
A lot of countries, people who've been in office a longer period of time are praised for their wisdom.
I have seen a lot of 72-year-olds not as capable as this 80-year-old.
It is hard for us to keep up with this president.
His mental acuity is great. It's fine. It's as good as it's been over the years. He's fine. All this right-wing propaganda that his mental acuity has declined is wrong.
And this kind of sense that...
There it is. If you know this reality and you look at what's in front of you, that's the right wing talking.
he's not ready for this job. It's just
That's
a
what
bucket
it
of
is.
BS that's so deep, your boots will get stuck in.
What do you think the odds are that they just found out that he had cancer 2 days ago? Yesterday. You know, like, what do you think the odds are, right? I mean, we're really trying to act like this is a possibility. I mean, like, I'm pretty sure it's not. Like, I did see this. This was...
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
So
Is this Trump upset because? Is this like Trump Kuwabara upset because he can't fight Biden like one more time?
Thought this was funny.
Oh my
Damn
God!
you think you can just back out because you're scared?
Kuwabara, this place is for mourning.
I'm not gonna leave. Not until he comes out of here and lets me fight him.
He can't do that.
I'm gonna beat you down, you punk. You hear me? Who do you think you are, huh?
Oh my God!
Punk. And we're gonna fight now.
That's fucked up, yo. That's fucked up. It's kind of funny, but it's fucked up. That's fucked up, man.
He's gone.
No! You're supposed to be here.
It is dark but funny, yeah.
The funniest thing about this is that there's a certain amount of this that's actually very endearing. Like,
It is,
I don't know what there is about it, but like this is very endearing in a way, right? I'm crying.
It kind of is, yeah. They did have like a rivalry, right? So that was like, it was not like when it happened in Yu Yu Hakusho, it was actually like a pretty sad scene, right?
A lot of the people
despite
that are
like
making,
it being kind of funny that like he barges into a funeral to like yell at the guy when he's dead, but it was kind of like, it was like a respect thing, you know, like a mutual respect thing. All right, let's see like the Timcast one now. Apparently this one has a little bit more information